welcome to this flash review video, and today we're taking a look at a lovely indie game, For the King. For the King was released in 2017 and developed by Inox Games and Curve Digital, who have also produced games like Human Fall Flat and Golf Gang. The game takes the form of a strategic RPG with roguelike elements that you get to play solo or in co-op with up to 2 friends. Although the game picks up on common tabletop RPG tropes, which can get a little overwhelming, it is quite easy to pick up and the rules are relatively simple. It is, however, hard, and I mean really hard. So hard, in fact, that much in the style of Darkest Dungeon, the game has included a disclaimer at the start of each game to warn you that it's fairly likely you will die. But it's okay, you're not losing, you're learning. Anyway, you start by creating a party of 3 among a pool of different classes, each offering different skills, equipment, but also stats that will make certain actions easier to perform. For instance, a monk or herbalist with high intelligence have a higher chance to perform successfully an intelligence-based action. But maybe don't ask them to hold a sword, or the results could be disastrous. Once on your way, you spawn in an overworld, and each turn the characters in your party can perform a certain amount of move actions to explore cities, navigate through quests, and manage both environmental and combat-based encounters. Some might be positive, but very often a bad roll has disastrous repercussions. Even a treasure chest or a huge clam holding a shiny pearl with a promise of loot can turn into a giant monster and nibble your butt. And they're not just an easy kill. Check out these 2 clams I encountered. Twice the level of any of my characters, very high physical and magical armor, and they're literally eating my healing supplies. And much like in the Hunger Games, the odds are rarely in your favor. You might get an 85% chance of success and die because RNG hates you and the enemy has decided they didn't like your face and focused ridiculously lucky shots again and again and again and again.
RNG got nothing on you.
And I'm really not exaggerating. In this game, for instance, I entered combat and all the enemies focused and CC'd my healer without ever giving me an opportunity to heal. I've just edited the file to make it a bit faster so you could see most of the fight, but this is really how it went down. Lucky for me, my healer was able to dodge most of the damage, but without it, it would have been a wipe for my entire team here. Okay, wait, did you still think the game was really easy? Hold on. Another mechanic includes a special event occurring sporadically throughout the game that will either cause damage to your character on every turn, higher damage from enemies, or the apparition of a scourge that will have a significant negative impact on your gameplay, like regularly skipping turns, the apparition of extra enemies in combat, or even having your loot sporadically stolen from you. And that will last until you kill the mini-boss causing the event in question. These mini-bosses are quite hard to kill, and each of them have special abilities, although some of them are kind of awesome, like the Royal Drool. Come on, kind of awesome. But if you think you're strong enough, hunting these mini-bosses proactively might be a great tactic, as they usually drop juicy loot that can be game-changing in your run. Still, it is almost impossible to complete a run without at least one of your characters dying. When that happens, you will have to spend a life to bring them back, but be careful. You only have a limited amount of those and they're very hard to replenish. Should all 3 of your characters die at the same time, it's game over. So best stay on top of that counter. Overall, the game can become pretty addictive, especially when playing with friends. And when you win the game, you get rewarded by golden statues of your characters wearing the cosmetic they were wearing in the game, but also with lore that you can use in the shop to buy new classes, weapons, friendly encounters, and cosmetics. Still, between the high difficulty and the painful RNG, it won't come as a surprise that some players end up rage-quitting the game altogether. But at least each death is usually met with flawless physics that should bring a tiny consolation smile to your face. Or not.